And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire, continuing that self-imposed challenge of fear walking, where the professional troops are not allowed to walk around their own two legs. They're going to use something that's got a motor. So the only example of things that can walk are the walkers themselves, so the people still going to ride the walkers. Everything else needs to have some sort of engine moving around. Now, the infantry can ride in trucks and stuff like that, but no walking normal troops. So it's a very motorized playthrough that we're doing here. So here we go with a Dusserly on round 97. We got a lot of decisions on this turn. Completed automated logistics, which should help with the throughput. We're mainly battling the action point issue, which means it's not necessarily a perfect solution to what we've got problem-wise.
Yes, sir.
Here we're probably going to jump over to industrial robotization. So this will be 100% throughput on all the factories, except for the high-tech one. And then guided RPG, so we do RPG upgrade. I'm going to hold off. We're not going to do any new developments for the bit. Give them some of their demands. Appoint the new governor. I'll grab a quick roll on a talent. We'll see what we get talent-wise.
Roger that.
Put some competition in for the roll. So we got a Cap 3... or Cap 3 suitability rating 6, Cap 3 suitability rating 6. Go with that. Okay, either way, this is going to be fine. I'm going to go with this one because this doesn't piss any of our leaders off.
Sir.
Okay, so we're going to accept that they're taking some of our territory back to maximize the amount of effectiveness of the refit. Though we will move the tank up because the tank's not getting any refits. We haven't developed any new heavy tank chassis, for example. Okay, so Trooper 2s, mass upgrade, Trooper 3s, SHQ. Actually, let's move the southern front, just in case I've got guys that'll upgrade down there if I do the move.
Move it now!
As the guy said, mission accomplished. Okay, next turn we'll move, grab that hex, start working our way along. And then we aren't fighting down here yet, but that's not necessarily a permanent thing. We will probably, as soon as we get the guys over from where we were, probably start something. And then, yeah, let's start the mass upgrading. Group 3, SHQ, mass upgrade. 9,900 troopers were upgraded. And then the guys down here already have bus 2s, but we do want to do the bus 2 upgrades up north as well, if the supplies will support it. Mass replace, SHQ, to the green bus 2. Should only be 108 to upgrade.
Roger that.
Didn't upgrade that many. Okay. That's fine. We're gonna want someone to garrison that location, so we'll move someone back to try to garrison it. We're definitely now getting supplies here. Push forward a little bit. The now supplied units. So we push back the depleted ones. We've got some colonists to deploy. Probably going to deploy them up here. Yeah. Go ahead and start building that rare metal mine.
Roger that.
And then this place will get the 2,200. Oh, actually, it's getting 400 because we can't send that many. Okay. We already used the logistics up trying to ship stuff up to it. Here or there? Here, I think.
Copy that.
We are able to get them out and about, so that's good to see. This has got things to upgrade, it'll upgrade when it gets up to 2. It's going to take a lot of people, but it's fine. Are you growing due to migration or growth? Growth. Could take a few more colonists from here. Let's call you up, ask for another 500 colonists.
Copy that. Copy that.
And then over here, similar sort of logic. Though in this case, we're already recruiting them all. We're already recruiting it all, so let's move on from there. We're here in the west. I don't think I've started recruiting from here. Should be able to accept some from here, because it's going to have some growth. Yeah, let's take about 500 here.
Standing by. Okie dokie.
Colonists? Oh, it hasn't adapted enough yet. Okay, no, never mind. You're good.
Okie dokie.
The cultural adaptation hasn't kicked in enough. So we're getting like 1% of recruitment, or 10% recruitment, which when you're only supposed to be recruiting 500 is less than 1. So I think every once in a while we might be getting something recruited here. But not any of that turn. Natural growth, migration. This city's not as big. We could start recruiting from here, colonist-wise as well. We're a little close to that 50,000 mark. I want to be over the 50,000 mark to recruit. And then the capital is being excluded because we do want the capital to grow, because it's where we're putting most of our industry.
Copy that.
Another 3,000 in the capital. I'm going to do something that might be a little bit of a splurge. Government-wide... Oh no, I don't have the civilization level. Yeah, never mind. So the civilization level, I believe, is... We're at 5, so it's the square root of your average regular zone civilization levels dropped by 1. I think it's also... No, yeah, it's gotta be dropped by 1. Okay, so... if you have a square root of... Or you have 100 everywhere, square root that is 100. In theory means you can only get up to 9. I think I might be doing the math wrong there. Maybe not. Maybe you can get up to 9.9. Depends on where the 1 is in that calculation. But yeah, we got enough admin, because admin's coming from square root, BP. Tech comes from the square root of tech, but civilization is what we're lagging on. Which makes sense, because I've basically been ignoring civilization to maximize militia. As ineffective as that's been, but to maximize militia. Which reminds me, we've got more militia here to send out. Let's strategic move. Don't have enough to push anything over there. We do have enough to push one over here. Yeah. So I'll move one of your garrison over to garrison that location. And then we'll send the truck here south to help mop up the non-line stuff down south. Okay, so as soon as those vehicles that we had pushing that pass can pull out and redeploy over here, we'll start a war with the nomads. Or they'll start a war with us first, one of the two. One of the two will happen.
Roger that.
Okay. Okay, watching the majors do their stuff. I don't know if those guys are at war with someone, because the number of guys they've had on the border with us is definitely thinned out. Which makes sense that they're at war with another major and got them troops over on that border. Had our supply line cut there. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Suffered no losses nor made kills, got 3 decisions. Dome breach somewhere that isn't good. Motorized assault infantry.
Okie dokie.
Okay, that'll be fine for the moment. Click confirm there. Zone decision, just ask and make it happen. Did a failure, danger increased, unrest increased, workers died. So the new colony up here had a dome breach mere moments after we shoved a bunch of people up there. Oh dear. Okay, once again we'll try upgrading Trooper 2s if we got them bouncing around. Mass upgrade, SHQ, Trooper 3, 15 still haven't been upgraded, and the 15 were finally upgraded. Next is mass replace of the buses. SHQ should be 104 to upgrade.
Roger that.
104 upgraded. Okay. So assuming that was done right, the SHQ should now be full. Okay, it didn't quite work because we've got some still in the SHQ. So we'll go ahead and disband all old buses in the SHQ. So where did we miss? There's some green buses. Okay, so we can do master replace again. SHQ, green bus.
Roger that.
Okay, so what wasn't upgraded can't be upgraded for the moment. It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Okay, so they took the road, but the road got immediately retaken, technically. Down south here, grab the hex, move over. So. Okay. The vehicles obviously go out around. Oh, interesting, they didn't grab those hexes. That might mean there's actually something there. It's not guaranteed that there's something there, it just might be something there. Oh, and I now have access to some armored cars, some new buggies. Yeah. So we know we've got some in a good place to do an upgrade, theory. So let's do a mass replace here. SHQ, actually just the, well, just the select unit. To the buggy, replace.
Roger that.
There we go. We got the new and improved Cooper 3. Cooper plus 3. That to be extra fast in the future. And we do have some more trucks to get out, but at this point we've got most of the trucks delivered, so a lot of the units will be going a lot faster. I'm not sure if I even have the logistics to put more workers here. Oh no, we can put the full 2,700 there. So we'll go ahead and give it one dump there. Should be enough to get the construction going properly. Apparently we had enough there to get the construction going properly, so keep it going properly. Deep core gas extractor finished. We may... Well, when we get that place to 2, we'll upgrade there. Anything else proceeded? So the only thing we're going to maybe do... Actually, no, we'll hold off on the oil. Oil's so cheap that we're just losing 10,000 something oil. Because the market just doesn't have the demand to buy it. So we'll calm down a little bit on the construction and maybe raise another unit. Raise a formation, OHQ. Could do motorized line. I think we'll do the mechanized MG. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just raise a mechanized RMG here. On the quad MG, so just cycling gun, troopers, bolter bus. And I'm not exactly sure we're going to send those yet. I might send them up here. Might send them down here. We'll figure that out on the next turn. And then we'll do the thing to attract some more free folk.
Copy that.
Another 4,000 something in the city. Yeah. Need to get another 130 something thousand people here to get up to level 7. At which point we'll probably stop wanting the city to grow, because I think that's the max level on all the industry buildings is 7. This technically levels all the way up to 9 for city level, but there's no real benefit going past 7. It almost certainly is almost the largest city on the planet. Yeah, population still continuing to grow relative to everyone. Planet still continuing to grow. We are definitely being held up by that logistical issues. A couple turns, but it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Maybe stuck with a couple subpar colonies that we're gonna have to get to grow before they are decent, but seeing the majors do major things. Okay, Marauders attack us, we hold, we do damage. Marauders attack us, we hold, we do damage. Killed 400 infantry, 20 motorized, 10 tanks in the defense. Took no losses in exchange, and we have 6 decisions on round 99. Guided RPGs just finished. Immediately go into the heavy guided RPGs, which we probably will do.
Yes, sir.
Commerce suppresses government, so we don't really want that. Industry is probably easy enough to do, so we don't fail something. If we stay vague, we just lose war score straight up. So we want to do something and succeed, ideally. Fist does suppress mines. We could do the... We'll do the recon one. It's not too hard to do. And we'll go and get the Air Force going. Clean up the statue. Give us an extra political power turn. And actually, what we'll do is we want to grab a military guy. So I'll have a better base stat. And we'll probably keep you around for competition for the Air Force Command. Yeah.
Yes.
Plus twos, plus twos, plus twos. All the troopers, all the buses appear to be upgraded. That's good to see. Also checking as I'm moving them out to the front. Oops. The whoops there was I sent, arguably, sent the HQ to a position that should have been a line position, but it'll be fine. Not like they're gonna get shot up by the enemy, right? So we definitely have some green buses that can do upgrades. So if they need upgrades, we just push them down to here. Ones that don't, obviously, got a lot more capacity to move. Yeah. Well, this can push towards where they're going. Yeah, I think it's just green buses at this point. It's mass replace, green buses, SHQ, 11 to be upgraded.
Roger that.
All 11 are delivered. There we go. So the old buses are to be retired.
Roger that.
We'll do the same with the Cooper Plus 2s here. Retire
Roger
them.
that.
Do you want them over here? Yeah, we'll go with over there. So we can drive them down the road. These are not as mobile as the motorized are, of course. Well, these also got a lot more armor, got a lot more firepower. Still trade-offs. Definite trade-offs. Okay, so there are some rifle militia up in there. The walkers here shouldn't really have a problem with them, but just gotta remember that they're there. Have we completely model infantry? Are the 2s out of service? 2s are completely out of service, so it is now just Trooper 3s. Okay. And the next thing here is strategic move. You up there. Get you into the theater quicker that way. Okay. You're still marching south. You're still marching north. Move those guys up. I'm in a place where we could do a little bit of movement with the tank, but we'll hold off for the moment. Okay. Following turns, these are all going to be able to go more north, so that's good to see. Got colonists to deliver. I do think it's time to get back to improving landing ruins northeast. So we're just going to double the colonists there.
Copy that.
Then we look at our cards. No fancy artifact zone cards. We do have a little bit of artifact mining, but we are definitely reaching the point in the game where most of our artifact sites have been harvested. Got some uncommon, got some commons. Well, we're probably out of rares, because I doubt we're going to get one on the last turn of harvesting. And then you're empty. Okay, yeah. Wait, next turn I think we're going to attack these guys. And then we're definitely on the move up in the north again. Orcs, Eco's working on quantization. He's assigned you the heavy version of that. Online doesn't have anything to work on. Let that go a couple more turns, you're up to 45. You're over 50. And then Staff Council's working on those Armored Grenadiers. Oh, I should check how much industry we're short so I can queue it up for the meeting the demand. Oh no, I did recon. So did you spies? Trying to remember which of the demands I accepted. I was originally thinking about doing the industry one because it would have been doable, but yeah, in hindsight, the fact that mine suppressed with fist means it's probably better to do the recon one. Okay, we held, killed 600 militia there with one fight. That's the power of the walkers. Killed 600 infantry, got 7 decisions on round 100. Okay, they declared war on us. That makes my decision easy. Now is the wartime. Oh, and I have the reconnaissance already. Okay. Here's the man pad. Your first counselor. You're got capacity 3, so you're decently possible to learn on the job. Merc, military, senior, talent, junior. Let's grab a junior.
Roger that.
And see how they stack up. This is research, so int and invention is going to be good. Which means you're the best one for it. Okay.
Yes, sir. Roger that.
We're going to prioritize research. Most of it's already been discovered by the military council.
Yes, sir.
We apparently have jets already. So yeah, don't do jet engine efficiency. We're going to probably want you to do turbojet.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
RPG infantry. Mechanized siege infantry. Yeah, that's probably what we want. It's a good way to deploy artillery. Going at motorized. Now we'll do mechanized.
Affirmative.
Roger that.
And yeah, these guys declared on us, so they're about to have a bad day. Those guys are about to have a bad day.
Now!
I think they spawn there, because they don't actually have the ability to move, so yeah.
All clear, sir.
In the high mountains with vehicles like that. Very bad day for that group of nomads.
Now! All clear, sir.
Okay. The south for the moment. Definitely making good progress down there. Forward elements of the mechanized can just keep rolling forward. Okay.
Move it now! All clear, sir.
That guy surrendered. We are going to want a bridge crossing, so start moving the road up to support that bridge crossing. Okay, we did manage to get the guy in circle. Not all of them can attack, but we just need to get it to retreat and they'll give up.
Mission
There we go.
accomplished.
Okay, when we motorize as the garrison, armored car will go. Armored car and the trucks will go. Second batch trucks will go east. There we go. So that batch is to the front. Colonists go here.
Copy that.
Trying to rapidly grow this place up to 50,000. It's going fine. This place isn't growing very fast, mainly because people are. Oh, we lost some to the event. That makes sense. Okay. One more turn? Yeah, let's do one more turn. First, let's let our spies get some practice in
Okie dokie.
for their big day when they're going to be doing call to success on the enemy when we're at war.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
Okay, definitely do one more round of recruit. Or back free people. Free folk.
Copy that.
Just to grow the capital a little bit more. What are demands? Get the government to 67. We're at 65. So if we get an event that plays along with that, we will do that. Otherwise, we'll fail. And that is the difficulty sometimes of those profile ones. Water's reasonably priced, so we'll sell some water.
Roger that.
Yeah, this is, I think, definitely the last turn coming up here. I just finished a cup of tea again. Good defense on our turn. For the cost of 100 infantry, we did kill 600 of theirs. Waste disposal accident. Okay, so we're going to play out this turn, and as I do normally at the end of the stream, we're going to save in the end of the turn instead, before the end of turn cycle.
Roger that.
We're not going to do anything with the custom formation currently. Yes, he has full support. Deal with this. Success. Limited danger.
Yes, sir.
Join the crackdown, gain autocracy. No thank you.
Yes, sir.
We don't really want the commerce, but I don't want the autocracy either.
Aye, aye, sir.
Enforcement. Again, don't really want either of those options, but you gotta pick one. When you gotta pick one, sometimes you don't get the option you want. So maybe you're getting the option you deserve, which is a different problem.
Move out. All clear, sir. Move it now. Mission accomplished.
Oh, and we have peace, so that's a safe border. That is a safe border. You maxed out. You're now maxed out, yeah. You're not maxed, so we're gonna upgrade to you.
Yes, sir.
Not sure which of these is actually supplying the guys in the southwest. We are reaching the limits of the logistics at this point. One way to work around that is accept that we've got basically everything we're going to get and start to pull guys out, which is kind of where we're getting there. Yeah, there's a little bit of territory down here, but we are definitely reaching the point where depends on how the other major moves, whether or not we've got a gap here, which we continue to expand westward in. But yeah, the free territory down here is starting to run out. Sealed road across the lava river. And again, up here, we're probably going to run out of territory soon to grab, but it's good that we grabbed what we could. Okay, we do still want to get this place expanding. I may have to at some point stop and move on to colonizing someplace else for more logistics, but for the moment, continue to try to get these cities leveled up. Getting closer and closer. So this is the rotors. No, this isn't the rotors. This is the clear NPC. Okay, or the non-aligned. That's the rotors. We got rotors coming up. We got arachnids coming up. That's a smaller one. That's a bigger one. That's another big one. So we got an arachnid nexus, an arachnid hive, arachnid hive. These are a little bit scary, but they're not numerous enough to be an issue. They're about on par with the infantry, and because our infantry are motorized or mechanized or whatever, they should be able to handle it. Power bank's done. Working on the supply base. Otherwise, we actually have the construction queue empty, which is kind of understandable. We've been pretty heavy on construction, so we're basically done with what we've been trying to get done. So that just means it's time to raise a new formation. So armor, it is mechanized. Armor is medium. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just go for another mechanized infantry brigade. Okay. Do I actually have any unassigned leaders? Yeah. So he'll get the job. He's probably not the best for the job, but I don't got a good draw for him, so that'll be his job. And then he'll probably get pushed northeast, probably to help with the arachnids. Because in the west here with the nomads and free folk, we do have tanks down here. I think the tanks are a good substitute for the mechanized. Okay, so the victory points are probably still showing beginning of turn. We did grab a bunch of stuff during the turn, so the score might be a little bit higher functionally now. But we're up to 31.6. Another, at this rate, another 19, or 18.4 victory points, and we will win. We have the most population. Our population is growing relative to everyone else's because of the effects of the cloning facilities that we have. The 3 cloning facilities are helping us be consistently growing, which is maybe something the AI isn't doing. Right? We definitely have the largest city on the planet, and I wouldn't be surprised if the largest city is the size of some of those countries in population. We've got about a quarter of the planet. Doing a little bit of mental math here. 17 plus 8 is 25. 776, that's about another 20, so about 45% of the planet is owned. Well, that's without counting the adding from the decimal points is another point or two of that. Like 45 to like 47% of the planet is owned by everyone else. We own a quarter, so there's about a quarter unaccounted for. So we're probably looking at a situation where we're not going to be able to win without starting a war with a major. But we can get pretty close, so that can be just a short violent war, say with like Blackland or something like that. Blackland's got a few cities right on the border, well, close to the border, that could definitely get blitzed. So Devonmouth here is pretty close. Zerthus is a little bit far for a quick blitz, but we definitely blitz that one. Let's see. They definitely don't have a properly formed up line, Blackland, so I can definitely see a situation where we're able to quickly push in, grab a city to 3-4 is probably pushing in a little bit. In fact, 4 might be just everything they have. Yeah, 4 is probably everything they have. 5. Okay, they got like 5 cities. There's about, actually, we've got enough reconnaissance. We can see what they got here. So it's about 70,000 there. That's a tiny one with just like 10,000. That's a pretty big worked up city. It's a pretty exposed city. Yeah, so that's a prize. That's a prize. That's a decent prize. These are basically just logistical nodes that the AI has made. They're the AI is equivalent to this city or this city. They're not quite this city. This city is growing. It's going to take a while because it's going to take a while to get a colonist in. And then like that's probably about the same sort of quality city as that guy is. Yeah, if everything went according to plan, right, a quick violent war against these guys could definitely win within a turn or two, I think. Depends on how quickly the motorized, mechanized, that sort of stuff moves. That's not going to be this stream. I think this is where we're going to go ahead and end this stream. We're definitely winning. Right, we're in the podium spot. We got twice as much as number 2. We just need to get up to 50% planet, or 50% victory score. That's going to be a combination of population and planet. Looking at how much of the planet is unclaimed, we're not going to get enough score just from planet at this point, I think. We are going to have to, without having to punch another person. Not sure who we're going to punch. It probably wants to be like Wormram or Blackland. Usually I like to punch number 2. But then we need a decent border with number 2, right? So number 3 is up here in the corner. We've got a tiny little front with number 3. Oh, right now I don't even have a front with number 3. Arguably have a front with number 2, but it's down here in the southeast or southwest. Let me see if I can get my east and west correct. Southwest, west. West wouldn't be too bad, I'm thinking, but southwest we're definitely struggling with logistics, so we'd have to build another colony to support the logistics. And there's no easy cities down here to grab, right? So we're going to be fighting on a front where there's no real rewards. Even in the west, the best reward is that 50,000 up and easy. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a slog getting far enough over to get something worth taking. So it'd probably again be against Blackland because I've got Devon Moth right there. 100,000 people in a city that is 3 tiles away, or 3 tiles in from the border. That's something that, under the right circumstances, we could just blitz down turn 1. Capture another 100,000 people. And at the point where we're thinking of doing that, which is not quite now, that might be the difference between winning and not, is that 100,000 people. Our population is growing, and it's consistently growing. All the non-colonies at this point are over 100,000. The colonies that are pretty much done are 50,000. And we got to get a couple more colonies going, quality-wise, before we consider them good. Revenue-wise, we are reliably burning something like 50 or 500 credits a turn. We are able to generally get that back by selling something. We're basically resource-rich, revenue-poor. But then that's also because I just got 30% income tax? I thought I had like 10% income tax. Apparently we're getting better income tax than I remember. But we got some income tax. It's decent income tax. Why is Landing Ruins not paying taxes? Let's fix that. You should definitely be paying taxes.
Standing by. Roger that. Roger that.
Okay, that won't update the revenue right away, but so that'll give us a few more taxes. A little more income in taxes. But that's not going to fix the budget, of course. But yeah, so we're definitely got a short budget shortfall, but we're able to easily make that up with selling goods to the global market. Haven't looked at profile. Yeah, we were able to get small business. Sadly, we've always been coming back down. We've been struggling trying to get up to 80. If you're able to get this kicked in, that would basically solve all the money problems. 2 credits per 1,000 people would be real nice. It's also called to Success 2, which is the easier version of Call to Success. Not as good as Console Success 3, but getting the 90 and 90 meritocracy and holding it there to keep that is real hard. Fist-wise, Beat and Detail wouldn't be that bad. Fanaticism, it's like there's some nice stuff over here. But that's also, again, it's difficult to keep defeats, or keep fists that high, my experience. It's not, mine's a little easier. Democracy is really easy. Just overtax your people and they'll constantly ask you for money for democracy, so that's easy. But merit's a little hard to keep high. It's got some nice bonuses, like the 100 every 1,000 pop give you 2 credits. And then bureaucracy, I think we got really the good stuff with bureaucracy already. These are just raw buffs, right? So bureaucratic bonus, that'd be nice, but it's not necessary. Public industry bonus, that'd be nice, but it's not necessary. Worker elite, worker happiness, really don't need that. So yeah, we want government where it is. Like we're getting the good ones in the government, which is and we haven't pulled very many forced relocations. We're not really too worried about forced relocation. Workers' right is just nice. Just a little bit of happiness bonus is good. You don't need a lot of work or happiness bonus. state companies, that's where the attract free folks coming from. And if we needed to draft workers or draft colonists, we could do that. 40% public industry, that's pretty nice. Bureaucracy over here, the 40% bureaucracy is real nice. And we got governor convention. So if I was a little bit more awash with political power, we could be basically getting more skill in our governors. That's also bureaucratic push. Every once in a while, we can just use that to get more force to tech a little bit faster. Efficiency drive. Efficiency drive is pretty nice, but yeah, we kind of got the good ones down here. This is a little hard to get higher. Meritocracy is a little bit hard to get higher. Would really like capable small businesses if we could. We are generally keeping the word high. We're up at 97% word. We've been a little bit lucky with that. Soldier support's a little low, but that's because I tend to push the soldiers out into bad supply situations, and they get a little grumpy from not necessarily receiving their supplies. Tech's going up, admin's basically perfect. Solar Edition is struggling a little bit because I've just been ignoring it. And then we have a laundry list of urgent things that I just ignore. Again, about 500 credit negative cash flow. We can work with that. As long as we keep selling stuff every once in a while, it'll be fine. Okay. And yeah, so that's where we are. There's some trade going on, because the private sector does some trade that I generally don't track. And then we've got most of the industrial construction done at this point. So at this point, we just need to build the army and build the logistics to win the war. And again, I think we're on a good track to win. 30, basically just short of 32. We need to get up to 50 while still having 25 more than everyone else. And because this is a game where everyone actually still is in the game, I think we just got to get to 50. I don't think we're going to be in a situation where if we get to 50, like, oh, we need to keep fighting someone to get more than 25 of them. I think we just need to get to 50. And that's going to be a combination of planet and probably taking over one more city. I think we need one more city worth of pop. And I suppose, yeah, Blankland's probably the ideal target for them. They got the most population exposed on the border. And they're the second highest population out of everyone. So nick some of their population. We're not necessarily after land. I think once we take the free land, we're after population. But yeah, we need some planet, we need some land, or need some land, need some people. That's probably the easiest source of people. Well, this might be the easiest source of people, because I'm not sure if Wormrand can stop us, but Wormrand doesn't also have a lot of people, so there's not a lot of juice in that orange. And then the land is probably going after the arachnids. The arachnids and the rotors up here. And depending on how things go, we might even get some help going after the arachnids, because the arachnids are probably hostile to everyone who's near them. So these guys are probably going after the arachnids as well. And or the arachnids are going after them, one of the two. Yeah, that's where we're going to go ahead and end for this stream. If you're watching on YouTube, I recorded 4 parts tonight, so the fact that I'm 6 parts ahead should mean that the next part should be recorded for you, and should be uploaded and scheduled for release by tomorrow. But notice I'm saying a lot of shoulds, because I'm going to be recording that part in 4 days from when I'm recording this part, so things may come up, it may get delayed. I say that, and I haven't had a part delayed significantly in a long time. Unless you include the Grand Tactician Civil War stuff, where I'd like to do more campaign episodes and less battle episodes, but the ratio of battle to campaign has been varying the battles a little bit. So every couple days we skip a couple. Well, I say skip. We're not skipping episodes because you're getting extra battle episodes up. but instead of a main campaign episode, we're getting battles, mainly to catch up on the battles because the battles are farther behind. But yeah, otherwise than that, we haven't really had days where there's been a lack of content. There's presumably been content up forever the series going on. So you can probably expect it to be a part of tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, tomorrow is going to be Grand Tactician Civil War. The day after that will be the Long Dark. The day after that will be Victoria 3. And then the day after that will be back to this, which is Shadow Empire. We did break the 30 barrier in this stream. We'll probably see if we can break the 40 barrier in the next stream. That's really going to come down to the logistics. Can we keep the logistics flowing? And we're looking good there. We're looking good up there. We're looking a little bad down here. So I am probably going to have to make a new city. If for no other reason than to provide more logistics down here. We could do something like build on that metal mine. And then put a rail line to the metal mine. That gives a little bit more action points going west. We're also leveling up the supply depot to help with that. But we only got 50 more action points, so that's only like 10 more hexes available there. So we are definitely probably going to need to do a new city. New colony is going to have to be put in down here, just so we can push the logistics farther south and west. You know, I have the stuff to do that right now, and I know I'm going to need to do it, so let's just do it. So if we're in the stream.
Yes, sir.
Metal mine.
Yes, sir.
Truck station.
Yes, sir.
Railhead. And let's run the rails over the mountain there. And yeah, that will help. Depending upon the situation, that one might need some upgrades. Well, it depends on how much shooting we're doing, right? The bullets are flying. We need all the logistics you can imagine. The truck stations, because we have logistics automation and one of the other techs going. We're getting a lot out of a truck station, right? We're basically turning like, oh, truck station 2, which is like 2,400. We're almost getting to run like it's truck station 4, right? We're definitely got no problems with getting the truck stations to produce transport. Our issue is action points. So yeah, that level 1 one will probably be enough to support all these guys, even if the bullets are really flying, but that's because of all the upgrades we've done to logistics. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to end for the night. Done the announcements for what's coming up. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, if you can't wait till tomorrow, you can probably sneak over to Twitch and watch the After Action VOD, because it'll probably been recorded recorded already. In fact, it was probably recorded yesterday. Your yesterday, my 4 days in the future. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them in the video comment section on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, you can, if you want them responded to live, you can leave them now. If you're watching the video live, the video is going to come, or the stream is going to end in a couple minutes. So if you don't get it in by then, the best place to leave it is over on the YouTube channel. I stream these live on Twitch under the username willcall, and then upload them to YouTube under the username willcall100. For whatever reason, I wasn't able to get willcall100 on Twitch, so otherwise they'd be the same. But the YouTube channel is older than Twitch, so, well, older than my Twitch account. So the YouTube channel, I'm not changing that name. So if you're looking for anything that is older than 7 days, the YouTube channel is the best for that. And I just stream everything live to Twitch. Usually to an audience of maybe 1, some days 2. So if you're wondering why I'm not necessarily always responding to comments, that's probably, or comments live in the Twitch streams, that's why. It's because sometimes I miss them because there's not very many comments. But if you have any comments, YouTube's a little bit better for the asynchronous comments. I think it gets a little bit more reliable quality of video because it's being recorded locally and uploaded to YouTube. So YouTube should be reliably getting 1080p at 30 frames per second. Twitch, on the other hand, is set up so that it's whatever gets streamed quality. So if the local internet is having a bad day, Twitch will get like pixels. Though it should be getting somewhat reliable, like 60 frames per second. And as I'm talking this, I'm looking at the signal strength for uploading, and Twitch immediately dips a bit. So Twitch probably lost some pixels there. But yeah, so with that, I wish you all the best of luck, a good time. Catch you all in the next part or the next stream. And with that, bye for now.